All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It is October 22nd, 2025. So, Sammy's asleep. That's why there's no intro music. Obviously, you still get a podcast today. I put out a post earlier today saying I was going to put a. Basically, I was going to put a Conspiracy Corner Classic. I have like several episodes that I have planned that are banked, but I was going to put it out. I have to edit it and put it together. Sammy was going to help me with that tonight, but she's asleep, sadly, so can't do that. So, I told you guys I ordered stickers. They did come in. I hadn't had the chance to show y'all yet because I got yesterday or the day before. So I'll show you that guy, a little inside baseball. These were done through Vistaprint. And one of them. So Old School Dave messaged me. I didn't realize that's who it was, man. So that was cool. He messaged me and he gave me $10 through Buy Me a Coffee. So I'm going to send him a sticker and one of my business cards because he wants a card too. Hang on, my cat. So yeah, here's the new bumper stickers. I went with Shrooms. Established 2020 Conspiracy Corner Podcast. And it's a nice glossy one. And it's square too, so I mean, technically, you can put it on your car, you can put it on your computer, but even if you don't want to, I mean, you could put it in a binder and save it, you know? So I'll mail off, for Old School Dave, I'll mail his off for him. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 left. So if anyone else wants a sticker, just hit me up in the email. We'll figure it out. Because I don't have a shop yet. That's something me and Samuel have to work on. But yeah, Old School Dave, I got you, man. I'll get your sticker out there. I'm not going to say your actual name because I got your real name through email, so that's cool. But, yeah, so I've been meaning to email you for a while. My list of things to tell you has grown, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch. I'd watched you for about a month or two. I left a comment under Ren's comment, which we did a little 2-part listener emails of Ren. Actually, I made a playlist of it. You can go check those out. She had some crazy stories, man. We got into like Dogman, Black-Eyed Children, Shadow People, like a bunch of cool shit. I do have her number and I've been talking to her. I've talked to her in the past. I haven't talked to her here recently in a while, but once her life settles down a little bit, I'd love to get her on the show because she was cool as hell, man. She had some awesome stories. So I'd watched you for a month or two before I left a comment under Ren's comment. I recognize her from my buddy Susan Bond's chat. This is why I tell people, man, you gotta reach out to people and talk to people in your comment sections because, like, it shows you how small of a world it really is. So, Old School Dave knew her from a chat, from someone else's channel, Susan Bond. I commented SBYT crew. Okay. Oh, Susan Bond YouTube crew. Gotcha. He had commented that several times, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just gave it a heart and a thumbs up. Okay. Now it makes sense. Susie's a crazy of true crime creator. Crazy old true crime creator. So that's cool. I love true crime. I would love to cover more true crime, but sadly with life going on, not my life, but like in the conspiracy community, there's so much crazy shit going on that I feel like I have to report on like the most important issues. But I would love to cover more true crime. I have covered quite a bit, but not as much as I would like. Built her channel up to 50K and nuked it during a manic spat. Her new channel, which she gave me a link. I'm gonna subscribe to her, and dude, I ain't gonna lie, I might hit her up and email her or something, see if she'll want to do like an interview or a swap cast or something. One thing about YouTube that those other platforms don't have is a community. As much as all of us hate YouTube, that is one thing it has going for it. Um, I've made a bunch of buddies on there over the years. Yeah, uh, everyone that I've met, who I've ended up becoming friends with and swapping numbers and all that. Red Pill Paradigm, I met him through Spotify, but uh, other people, yeah, like Miss McGillicuddy, I met through YouTube. Ren, I met through YouTube. Uh, yeah, you're kind of right on that. Next time you're going to get a shirt made, contact my YouTube buddy, Exhumed Visions. So shout outs to them. High quality shit. He can help you. He can help you come up with a killer design if needed to. Actually, I ain't gonna lie, dude. And he sent a link, so shout outs to them. I'll check them out because Vista Print is dope, but it would be cool to just kind of like talk to someone and be like, hey, this is what I want. Because my mascot has been like a white rabbit, since the day the podcast started. Like a cartoonish white rabbit, So I would like to go back more towards the mascot style. Yeah, so I'll definitely hit them up. I'd love to get my hands on one of your business cards and stickers before they're gone. I'll send you some cash so you can snail mail it to me. I recall you saying no PayPal or Venmo and whatnot, so I can coffee you if needed, so let me know. Yeah, I got you, homie. I responded to you, by the way, on Buy Me a Coffee. And I have your address now because you emailed it to me, so, yeah, I will get that sent out to you, man. I appreciate the money. I appreciate you hooking me up. That was cool as hell. Yeah, I got you, homie. I'll put a sticker and a card in there. Hell, I might even put something else in there. I don't know yet. I'll get it out to you. But I just wanted to do that. Show you guys my new stickers because I hadn't showed you guys that yet. And as far as update, yeah, just been working. Got off work. I was not in the commercial, which I'm kind of thankful for. As much as I love the company I work for, it's like, no, I'm not going to be in your stupid commercial. Like, unless you want to pay me extra, then I'll be in your stupid commercial. Otherwise, the only commercial I'm doing is like a commercial for my channel or something. Something that I want to do a commercial for, So, let's get on with the show. So, it is the month of October, and I cover spooky stuff. So I did an episode a while back. It was called It's a Small World After All, and It's Raining Sharks. Hallelujah. I kid you not, that was the title. It was a crazy story, and I ended up meeting this dude. And it's a small world after all, dude. Like, it really is, dude. Like, I just told you that email that I just got. I just read it. Like, how crazy of a small world it is. But there's this dude, go check out that episode I just mentioned. Me and him went to the same Sam Tripoli show in Louisville, Kentucky. We're at the same fucking show. It was so weird. The whole thing was crazy, so I'm not going to rehash all of that. But, me and him became tight. He's a regular at Clark's Pumpkin Shop where I work. And me and him, we every time he comes in, we're talking conspiracies and shit. He's cool as hell. He listens to all the Sam Tripoli podcasts like I do. And hey, quit. My cat, sorry. You fucked up my train of thought, dude. So, here recently, I went to a book signing of Kentucky Paranormal. I got to meet the author. He was cool as fuck. I did 2 episodes on it. Go check them out. The day that I went to that, it was like the day before he came in and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go see Annabelle tomorrow. I said, you're going to go see Annabelle? He said, yeah, I'm going on vacation, and my wife, as a present, she bought tickets to Scarefest. Annabelle was in Lexington, which is literally the town next door to me. Like, I can drive down the road 5 minutes and be in Lexington. I didn't even fucking know about it. So, I didn't get to go, and I think she's gone now, but I wanted to cover it because I did watch videos of it, and apparently, dude, there was like a bunch of other shit there too, not just Annabelle, that was pretty sick, because people were filming and stuff of what all was there. So yeah, let's look into it. Annabelle visiting Kentucky. See Haunted Doll in 2025 Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. Annabelle the Haunted Doll, who is featured in the new film The Conjuring Last Rites, will soon be in the Commonwealth as part of the Devils on the Run tour. So they are continuing that tour even after the death of Dan Rivera, which we covered that. And it is crazy that all this crazy shit, every place that they would go on that tour, weird shit would happen afterwards. So, I don't know. We kind of covered it on this channel multiple times. Go check out the Warrens playlist. It kind of makes me a little nervous, but I know that I don't want to, like, will things into existence, but it is like, I wonder if something crazy is going to happen, you know, in these parts. Which has showcased artifacts from the Warrens Occult Museum across the country since May. Since the start of the tour, Annabelle's handler, Dan Rivera, has died, 10 inmates escaped from a New Orleans jail, and a fire destroyed the Nottoway plantation, which we covered that in previous episodes. Go check it out. A series of events the internet has started to blame on the doll. Here's what we know about Annabelle and her upcoming visit to Kentucky. Will the Annabelle doll visit Kentucky? Is the Devils on the Run tour going to Lexington? Yes. Annabelle will be on display during Scarefest as part of the Devils on the Run tour at the Central Bank Center in Lexington, Kentucky from October 17th to the 19th. So sadly I missed it. When is 2025 Scarefest in Lexington? We just covered that. How much are tickets to see Annabelle in Lexington? Admission is separate from Scarefest. Ticket prices vary by ticket type according to the Scarefest website. Admission for Friday, October 17th, and Sunday, October 19th at $34 per ticket. September 3rd and October 18th, $44 per ticket, and a weekend pass is $80 per ticket. So that was another thing too, is from what I heard, you had to buy tickets to Scarefest, and then you had to buy separate tickets to go see Annabelle, which I was like, that's kind of shitty, because Scarefest apparently is kind of like a haunted attraction. And by haunted, I mean like not like paranormal haunting. I mean like basically people in costumes running around and trying to scare you and shit, which is cool, but I wanted to go just to see the Warren exhibit. And you have to buy tickets to get into it. Then you got to pay $38 to go see the Warren Museum. I was like, that's fucking shitty, because I just wanted to go just for the Warren Museum, you know. Other tickets, including the weekend pass, And VIP ticket packages are sold out. Children 12 and younger get free admission with the purchase of an adult ticket. To see Annabelle, however, Scarefest attendees will have to purchase a second ticket starting at $38 for Warren Museum admission. What is Annabelle? According to USA Today, a mom gave her daughter, Donna, a 28-year-old nursing student, the now infamous doll in 1970. According to the New England Society for Psychic Research, NESPR for short, she'd purchased Annabelle from a hobby store, and Donna and her roommate eventually said they noticed weird paranormal activity happening around the apartment. The paranormal activity worsened over time, and the doll, which was originally thought to be inhabited by the spirit of a young girl, was believed to be possessed by something demonic and inhuman. Annabelle was later handed over to Ed and Lorraine Warren, a couple known for collecting paranormal objects and artifacts. Where is the Annabelle kept? Comedian Matt Rife purchased former Warren home, which we covered that. Go check that episode. Just go check out the Warrens playlist, so that way I don't have to rehash it all. But it's kind of crazy. We kind of did a deep dive on who Matt Rife is, because I love stand-up comedy, but I really didn't know who the dude was, And, we did an episode on how much it costs to go check out the actual museum now. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Matt Rife is making bank. Annabelle was previously kept at the Warrens Occult Museum, located in the former home of Ed and Lorraine Warren in Monroe, Connecticut. The doll was locked in a specially built case and was not on display for public viewing. The museum has since closed since the death of Lorraine Warren in 2019. Oh wow, so she missed out on all the stupid COVID shit. USA Today reported that comedian Matt Rife and YouTuber Elton Castay, which I have no clue who that dude is. We could do a deep dive on him, because I said I would. I'll write it down in my notes. I said we'd do a deep dive on him one day. What's his name? Elton Castay. See, this is why I keep my notebook here. My handy-dandy notebook. Have purchased the former home of Ed and Lorraine Warren and are acting as the legal guardians of the Warrens' entire haunted collection for at least the next 5 years. We do not legally own the items, but we are the legal guardians and caretakers of the items, Rife said in a video. He added that fans will be able to book a night or a weekend in the Warrens' former home. It will be operated as an Airbnb, the comedian wrote in an Instagram comment. Tony Spira, the Warrens' son-in-law and co-director of the New England NESPR, clarified to Today.com that he and his wife Judy still own the Annabelle doll and the Warrens' other supposedly haunted artifacts, but are leasing them to Rife and Castay. We have no plans to ever sell the artifacts, he told the outlet. So, watch the Conjuring movies. Annabelle appears in the newest Conjuring movie, The Conjuring Last Rites, which me and Sammy did go see that, and we reviewed it on the channel. Go check out the review in the Warrens playlist, as well as the original 2013 film, The Conjuring. I've reviewed that too. The new 2025 film is still playing in theaters, while the original can be found on HBO Max, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video. So yeah, Annabelle was in town, man. I mean, I should hope nothing crazy happens, but it is interesting, and it makes me wonder, So, there's a couple things that I want to check out. They had, besides the Annabelle doll, I wrote them down. This was crazy. So there's a devil's sword. And by the way, I guarantee that all of these items have backstories that are either in the books, that haven't been made movies yet. I know they're going to make a TV show, allegedly, is what I heard, where each episode is going to be one of these haunted items. So I wrote all the other items down that were there at the museum, because I was like, dude, there's so many. We could make an episode on each one of these items. So apparently there was a devil's sword there. I have no clue what that. By the way, I don't know any of the backstories on any of these items, so I am curious to do deep dives. And let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in that. There was a shrunken head there, a satanic idol. I do know the backstory of that one, and it's pretty creepy and it's pretty cool. We'll have to do an episode on that. Lorraine's hair bow and skirt, which that's not really a haunted item, but it was there. It was pretty cool. A conjuring mirror. So the newest Conjuring movie is kind of based around a haunted scrying mirror. I'm wondering if it's the actual mirror from the Smurl haunting house, which would have been so fucking cool to go and see. A baboon head. Yeah, a vampire coffin. There was a dinosaur toy, which apparently was haunted. Yeah. So we're going to have to definitely do episodes on each one of these items. If there's enough to do an episode on. If not, I can do 1 or 2 or 3 items per episode, you know. So look forward to that in our Warren series. Go check out the Warren playlist. We've done a ton of different episodes on the Warrens in general. But let's get on with, we got time. We'll do, hang on just a second. Since we got a little extra time, I want to get into a little more inside baseball. So, if you're listening on Spotify, I do polls on every episode. And normally most of my polls don't really get votes, but the Ian Watkins one, the poll finally closed. And I'd covered it before. I found this one interesting because it really was kind of a big moral question. So Ian Watkins got knifed up and basically almost got decapitated in prison. Go check the episode out if you're interested on what the hell I'm talking about. So I don't have to rehash it. Basically, he was a singer for a band back in the day called the Lost Prophets. And he almost got decapitated. And I covered the polls on it. I did the polls of, should we celebrate someone's death? And one person said no. And I was like, okay, cool. Then another person said yes. And I was like, oh, I'm covering this on one of my episodes. So there was one more vote that came through. There's 3 votes altogether. And the last vote was no, we should not celebrate someone's death. And when it was 50-50, I was like, oh shit. Because I was personally one who said we shouldn't celebrate someone's death. After all of everything that happened with Charlie Kirk, whatever you think about it, I'm cool. I'm open to whatever. You know, there's some people who think he was a hologram. There's some people who think it was AI. There's some people that think he didn't actually die. There's people out there who still think Elvis is still alive and JFK Jr. My thing is, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'll listen to all of it. You could tell me the craziest shit. You ain't. First of all, you're not gonna blow my mind. I've heard it all. Second off, I'm not gonna make fun of you. I might disagree with you, but let's just say hypothetically, Charlie Kirk actually did die. That was a big kind of, I was already kind of leaning towards the whole we shouldn't celebrate death. If you listen to my super old shit, because this channel has been around for a decade and the podcast has been around for 5 years now. It was established in 2020. If you listen to my old shit, man, I used to celebrate people's deaths. I was a lot more of a rotten, evil person back then. Very cutthroat. I think the older I've gotten, I've mellowed with age. I've chilled out. And honestly, you know who was a big person who kind of mellowed me out and made me realize that I shouldn't hate, for one. I've tried to take that word out of my vocabulary. of saying that. I used to say it all the time. I hate this. I hate that. And then I was like, man, I should really. And you guys know me. I cuss like a sailor. But I was like, that word does have a lot of power in it. And I'm like, I really need to stop using that word and stop feeling hate. But as weird as this sounds, Joe Biden, dude, like during his presidency, I'd say towards the end of it, I started going, man, I actually fucking feel bad for this guy. I know he's a scumbag. I know he's a piece of garbage. He's a creep. He's a weirdo. He sold our country out. He's treasonous. But I'm like, I can't help but feel bad for him. Like, this is an old man who needs to be sitting in a rocking chair with a blanket in his lap, watching the sunset. Like, he does not need to be running a fucking country, man. He doesn't even know where he's at. It kind of reminded me of, like, there was this old story years ago, and all these people were celebrating it. Like, Nazi hunters had literally caught a Nazi from World War II. He had been hiding in America, like changed his name, changed his identity, like Project Paperclip type shit. And they put this dude on trial, and he was like 90 something years old, and he was literally in a wheelchair, like drooling on himself. Mentally, he wasn't even there. He was falling asleep during court, like, and everyone was like, yeah, we got a Nazi. And I was just watching it going, this dude doesn't even know where he's at. This dude, yes, he did horrible shit. He was a Nazi, but I'm like, you're putting a corpse on trial. Not saying that Ian Watkins is a evil motherfucker. And, he was coherent. He was sane. He was weird. He had some problems, but he was sane. You know what I'm saying? Sane enough to stand trial and be found guilty. But I was like, I'm not going to celebrate this dude's death. Like, a lot of other channels were like celebrating it. I'm like, I'm not going to celebrate anyone's death. I choose not to do that anymore. Because my thing is, if these people are like sorcerers and dark magicians and archons and archonic, demonic, whatever you want to call them, I would think that they would feed off of that negative hate. It would actually make them stronger. I actually, as weird as it sounds, this is how batshit I am. I pray for my enemies. Sometimes I pray for my enemies. I pray for Kamala Harris, for Nancy Pelosi, for Bill Gates, for Klaus Schwab. I pray for them. And I literally say that I love them. And I try to, like, send love their way. And that sounds batshit to a lot of people. But it's like, if these people are like the Antichrist spirit, they're Sabbatean Frankists, they're like evil, archonic. If you send them love, that's going to be like a spear to their heart, like throwing water on the Green Witch in Wizard of Oz, man. But it did make me happy. It brought my spirits up that 2 out of the 3 votes, the majority, say no, we shouldn't celebrate people's deaths, no matter how evil they are. And I put it this way too, man. I compare it to my father. My father did similar things to Ian Watkins. And I still love my father. I will love him to the day he dies. But I look at my father as like a sick puppy who has rabies. Of like, you gotta go. We gotta put you down. You know what I mean? Like, if my father was put in lethal injection chair, I would go. And I'd tell him, I love you, man, but you're sick. You gotta go. This is not your home anymore, you know? Hey, maybe reincarnation is real, Dad. Maybe you can come back and do better the next time. You'll get it right, you know? Love you. You gots to go. And that's the way I look at it, man. Of a sick dog with rabies. And Ian Watkins was a sick puppy with rabies. And he got put down. Good riddance, you know? Um, Weird way to end it, but I wanted to do some inside baseball. I hope you guys like my stickers, and I will get that out to you. Old school Dave. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do need to look around the house. I'm pretty sure I got envelopes and stamps. Sammy gets up later tomorrow, so I'll try to get it sent off tomorrow. I'll catch y'all later.